Gamers, we are back. Let's settle in for some Slay the Spire. I know we unlocked a new character. I felt kind of... You have to choose. You have to choose what you do in a roguelike, okay? New character plus new cards can sometimes be a little bit overwhelming. I think I'm going to do a little... Maybe a little bit of... Who did I play in the first... I think I played the Ironclad, right? Either way, we should do the Silent. That way, if we win, we can actually unlock... Ascension. And we'll return to this at some point, don't get me wrong. By the way, consider this my, I know not everybody watches the videos all the way through. Consider this my endorsement of the multiplayer mode in Spire. I did it on stream with Apollo and Justin, Mouth. We talked it through. It's like the enemies have 4 times the HP, but you also each get to take like simultaneous turns to kill the enemies, or at least neutralize the enemies. What that means is that the turns become a lot more complex, but you also get a lot of cool synergies that happen because like one of your players can be like specialized in a card draw, and it'll be like, hey, does anybody need draw right now? And then we go, oh, wait, dump all our 0-cost cards. And then that person draws. And then, oh, I drew something that gives them vulnerable, so let's vulnerable before we attack. Oh, I have a card that makes all of my friends do more damage. Oh, I have a card that makes me take double damage, but all my friends take half damage, etc., etc. Some really cool stuff, let's put it that way. What do I like here? Let me take a peek at you, if you don't mind. First floor as the Silent is always a little bit of a pain, man. I genuinely think we want money plus the earliest shop we can get. Even though this curse can't be removed from our deck, we should be more than well enough equipped, huge, to handle the first enemy we come across, and then hopefully buy something that makes us more offensive at the shop. I know you're going to say, NL, you've never needed any help being more offensive. Well, you might be surprised. You might be surprised, because I normally play as the Ironclad, which would make that true. And I'm playing a character, a guy who is allergic to euphemisms, so I couldn't possibly understand what you're talking about. Anyway, get this out of here. Number one thing we got to worry about is the Silent. And I have, believe it or not, I have had some people be like, NL, can you slow down? I haven't played any Slay the Spire 1, so I don't know what's happening in Slay the Spire 2. If I could slow down, I would have done so at one of the many myriad opportunities where it would have behooved me. But I simply don't know how, to be honest with you. I simply don't know how. Sly, but I'll do my best, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Sly means if you discard a card, you play it for free. So in a draw discard deck, 3 damage to a random enemy 4 times. It's not, I mean, it's, I guess at present, it's kind of worth playing for 2 because it's 2 strikes. Slice, I think, is okay. Piercing Wail is probably what I would consider to be the best card. But it's not offense. But you know, I think it's good enough that you have to take it. That's my eval. Now, what do I want here? Okay, I think we definitely want Shuriken. Can I get Shuriken? I can get Shuriken and Flash of Steel. Whenever you play a card that costs 2 or more, gain 4 block. That could be good too. No potions equals 2 decks. Could be good. But I think this actually gives us not only offense, but also a theme to sort of build around. In Slay the Spire 1 terms, we would be, at this point, trying to build like a deck that attacks a lot. And the Silent can build a shiv deck, a bunch of 0-cost attacks that'll build their strength up real quick. That's huge. We get 1 strength up off of that. Now, honestly, if we could get that Sly card, we would be stoked, because it would, every strength upgrade we get would add 4 to 5 damage depending on whether or not we upgraded it. If we got lucky, we might even be able to add 6 to 7 damage. You ever think about that? So cheap attacks, or attacks that hit like multiple, a draw discard might be the play. I mean, this is just a good, I mean, draw is honestly just really good too if you want to draw in the shivs, but Dagger Throw is pretty nice too, but it's really hard. Escape Plan, even if it doesn't give you block, replaces itself at a minimum. Obtain Fresnel Lens, lose 13 max HP. Whenever you add a card that gains block to your deck, enchant it with Nimble. Nimble increases block gain from this card by 2. Or a Glow Water Potion, exhaust your hand, draw 10. Honestly, I'm We got it. It's the more fun play to try, so I'll do it. Maybe we shouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it. Now, 8 damage, 1 draw. All enemies lose 8 strength. The canonical play here is usually... I thought it, at least, I could be wrong, I thought it was to upgrade and neutralize. Because 2 weak does a lot more than 1 weak, assuming the enemy has no artifact. I'm baking in all kinds of edge cases. Have you noticed that? We're on a bit of a different wave than we normally are. We should not take 7 damage if possible. I think we should take 2 and leave you on 13 HP. The silent is all about, at least early, is all about figuring out when to trade. Because you're gonna probably need to lose some HP. It's all about figuring out... Huge. That's actually awesome for us so we can avoid thorns. It's all about figuring out, not only avoid thorns, but gain some strength. It's all about figuring out when it's good to take a little bit of damage to finish a fight a little bit faster. Now, an awesome block would be great here. You would also, like, in a perfect world, I suppose you would be stoked to... well, I'm not going to attack for 7. In a perfect world, you would be... I guess I should have, because I had 13 blocked. Or did I? No, I didn't have... Yes, I did. That last defend was meaningless. Let me think about this. If we draw another strike, we can kill you with 1 strike. Or a neutralize, that's fine too. So we kill you, this gets us to lethal. Sorry, we're still working out the mental math. And finishing a train of thought before we move on. Okay, whenever you play a card, gain 1 block. Actually kind of insane with Fresnel Lens. Because it comes out pre-upgraded. And I wasn't originally gonna consider it. But whenever you add a card that gains block and shit, I mean, this says gain block on it, man. We absolutely have to take that with Fresnel Lens. Whenever you add a card to your deck that gains... Whenever you add a card that gains block, enchant it with Nimble 2. Why do you not have Nimble 2? Even if it doesn't get Nimble 2, I still think it's pretty good. I don't know if it's exactly what we wanted, but I think it's still pretty good. Honestly, I think we need more damage for now, though. We still haven't added much in the way of damage to our deck. Hopefully this would help us. Spoils map or HP for a potion. Spoils map gives you 600 gold in the next act if you can navigate to it. I'll take it. I'll take it. But I'm a little scared that our deck doesn't kill fast enough yet. Maybe a Strength Relic. Okay, at the end of turn 7, deal 52 damage to all enemies. What an interesting thing going on here. Cannot lose more than 20 HP per turn. Very interesting. Not even that bad for a guy like me. Because we basically will not have a turn where we do more than 20 damage. So this might not be the end of the world for us. Great neutralize. And I think, honestly... The longer we go through this fight without taking damage, the better off we are because we have Stone Calendar. So honestly, on some of this stuff, I'm not even sweating it, bro. I am a little peeved that After Image didn't work with Fresnel Lens. Maybe it's not intended to work with it, but to me, it felt like it should. 1 second, I need to see something here. I think we want Piercing Wail. So we want to take Seeker Strike, play it, add... Oh, we only get to choose 1 of 3. Okay, well, that's normal for a guy like me to choose 1 of 3 things. I'm not even sweating that. We can at least... You can take 11 more damage this turn. We can't get to another Shuriken, so we might as well just do that. Honestly, taking 2 damage against an elite, not really that big of a deal. Taking 0 damage against an elite, even better for a guy like me. And at the end of the next turn... No, at the end of the turn after next. Because you're on 6 now. Okay. Then you're going to take a bunch of damage. Let's Piercing Wail. Let's defend. We are going to get where we need to go, which is awesome. And then literally, if we just hit the end turn button, you will die. Which is great news for us. But I could also try to gain strength just to prove that I got it in me. Well, whatever. Entropic Brew. Enemies drop 10 additional gold. It's nice to get it early, at least. Well, okay. Gains 6 block. Next turn gains 6 block. I guess you can see the enchantment in advance. So can I say that this is not even, I'm not trying to, this is just one thing you have to learn. I'm not saying they have to change it. But this says whenever you add it to your deck, enchant it with Nimble 2. And this has Nimble 2 on it before we've added it to our deck. So I'm just saying there's a little, for a game that's does exactly what it says, I think the preview is good, but it's just one of those things you got to know in advance. I will add it, I think. I need offense, but none of these are offense. And we already have a Piercing Whale. We're not really draw discard focused. I think adding a better defend is fine. And by the way, what do I know? It's a good point. What do I know? Let me see what we got in our potion selection here. 5 Strunt. As much as I feel like After Image is obviously good, I feel like if you get the opportunity to do 18 damage and add a strength, you kind of have to take it. They gain 2 strength per turn. Okay, why are you doing 1 damage? I mean, you're nothing, man. At the end, oh, because you gain 5 per turn, so you get way stronger over time. Oh, that's crazy. That's insane. Do we have more 0 costers? We do. Let me take a quick draw. This is exactly what we want to see. I think we want to just hit you. We obviously hit you twice, which would not kill you unless I hit you first, hit you, then that does enough damage. We have 1 left. We just play our defend. Now, we got to find a way to kill you fast. It may actually involve both of these potions. Depends on the defense that we draw. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't mind that. And until we have a reason to play the potions, we don't need to play them. Then Piercing Whale would go crazy. I don't even think we need it yet, man. This is awesome. Who would have thought? It turns out I've accidentally created, like, the best deck of all time. They're saying that he's the greatest Slay the Spire player that's ever existed. We got Piercing Whale, which means we still don't have to worry about anything. I really thought we were... 1 potion seems like a dub for a guy. Technically 2, I guess, because we popped in Tropic Brew, but that seems like a win for a guy like me. Let me get some shivs. And even just getting to a shop would help us out. Add 3 shivs into your hand. So that's basically do a bunch of damage and get 1 strength, which is awesome. I'm going to hit the question marks. I'm that type of beast. Any Cloak and Dagger. Oh my god. I do like that too. But I think we do like... And we do like Leg Sweep, to be honest. Especially with Nimble. But 8 block and a Shiv. That's like the Gen Z boss in a mini of this run. I can already tell. With 107 gold. I mean, Seeker Strike... Very interesting. It's basically draw a pretty good card and deal some damage. Leg Sweep is a really good block, but there's always, I mean, it's so tempting to be the guy who, like, removes as many strikes as you can. I actually think, if I'm being honest, we added so much defense. Let's remove a defend early. We need to keep we need to keep a tilt towards attacks so that we can reliably get 1 extra strength. I mean, you're gonna use a buff. I don't think that really matters. Let's see what we get. We already know we're not gonna take damage, so let's start small. I think we just attack, to be honest with you, bro. This guy's gonna die next turn, and you haven't buffed yourself, so you're nothing. Wait, I'm kind of feeling like, did it take a sequel for me to finally understand how to play as the Silent? It's a little embarrassing, don't get me wrong, but... I feel like I'm starting to understand. I mean, I did get to A20. I did pass A20 as well. It took some time in the process, and it wasn't always a smooth road. Let's put it that way. 3 shivs into your hand. Honestly, your thorns is only 1. No, well, it's 2, but we have After Image, so I kind of feel like this is an acceptable trade. And am I crazy? Maybe I just leave you right there. I kill you next turn with no thorns. I mean, as the Silent, if there's no reason to take damage, then we don't take damage. It's that simple. Ironclad players will say that it's better, but we know they're literally just burning blood merchants. Huge. This is also interesting, don't get me wrong, because it's 2 attacks, man. It is 2 attacks. I think, but this is common. Let's take the uncommon. Ironclad heads love to say stuff like, why would you ever rest? They'll say, like, I would rather resign than rest. Buddy, you heal 6 after each combat. Like, it's not an apples-to-apples comparison. Who told you you were even invited to the conversation, bro? Well, obviously we want an attack and a block, and we want Shuriken. I think the run is shaping up quite nicely, man. I mean, after image with Nimble, imagine getting 3 block every single time we played any card. You know what? I understand it now. It would have been so overpowered as to be comical. Like, we basically would have gotten, I don't know, probably 40 block on that turn, and it's Act 1. I mean, it's easiest play of my life, to be honest with you. Are you an elite? No, you're just a regular enemy. I got really excited thinking you were going to give me like a nautical themed item, of which there are many in Slay the Spire, if we're being honest with one another. 2 attacks does not get us to Shuriken, so I think this is a 1 attack leg sweep situation. And I mean, if we have to, we can wait it out till Stone Calendar shows up, as long as you're not doing crazy damage. 9 damage, I would describe that as not crazy, especially because our Cloak and Dagger already does 8, or gives 8. Huge. To be honest, I should have used... Well, maybe we shouldn't have used an Ampule. We had no real need for it. I think it's a skip for a guy like me. We didn't really have anything that was too compelling there. Now, the upgrade. Innate After Image is something, but I'm a big believer in the double Cloak and Dagger, and I'm a big believer in the 4 shivs. At some point, we're going to want both. I mean, this might be a better card just because of the fact that it has the nimbleness associated with it. We're obviously going to want both, but they both give 1 extra shiv, but this is maybe more likely to get us to a strength, is what I'm thinking. Now for you, let's go in on you early. I don't know, we should vulnerable later when we have more strength, or we should use these in conjunction with one another. Do we have a good turn? Yes, we have a great turn. We would play this, 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 and this. And that's 3 energy. I mean, buddy... I think you're in for a world of hurt. I'm going all in. We'll start here just because it's the right thing to do. Play that. Play this. No shot. And then that's 2 strength up as well. If we needed 1 more, I would have played the attack potion. But we should save the attack potion to use it a later time, I think. To help us get 1 extra attack and 1 extra strength. Look at me. Bro, I'm Let's Playing again. It took a while. Don't get me wrong. It took a while. And that's... not quite enough block, but what do we care? It's the end of the act anyway, and it's literally Ascension 0. When killed, deals 18 damage at the end of your next turn. Oh, so we have to keep some extra HP. You really thought you were slick with that one. You didn't think I was going to read the tooltip. Unless when you die, you become something... Oh, it builds! We gotta kill you as fast as possible. This is not helping. And you're healing? Oh my god. Dude, this is such a funny boss idea. Like, it punishes you if you have a slow deck. No, man, they hate us. That is a strength upgrade. I mean, I prefer not taking damage, so I'll put as much of that on you as I can. In 2 turns, we do get 52 damage, which is awesome. Not gaining nearly as much strength as I thought I would, but there's the Cloak and Dagger difference, bro. Look at that. Probably dump this, dodge and roll, sets us up for the next turn. This is turn 7, so you're about to take 52. I think the turn basically plays itself. In principle, we would like to take as little damage as possible, though, so let's put a leg sweep on you to give us some more block anyway. You're about to do 30 damage. It's trying to take us with it. Okay, so obviously I had kind of like the way it works backwards. That's going to be really annoying on Ascension, man. That's, I mean, it probably is balanced so that it doesn't do as much damage to you to begin with, but that's nasty, man. I mean, whenever you play a card deal 4 damage to a random enemy is kind of nutty. Storm of Steel is also like very much... It's kind of like a Shiv ult, for sure. And then 1 damage, deal 1 additional damage for each card drawn in this combat. We're not that draw heavy, but this is mighty interesting, man. It's just really hard to play. I think with our current energy, unless we had an adrenaline or something, it's going to be hard for us to play that. So I'm going to stick with something a little bit more basic. Okay, free strikes. Maybe not actually that bad this time. 4 relics, but every 3 combats, the leftmost one will melt. Or remove 4 cards. Every time you shuffle, add a soot into your draw pile. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, just 0 cost strikes, I don't even think it's bad. It might even be awesome. But is it awesome enough to compensate for not being able to remove them, which is like classic Slay the Spire, man? I don't know. It's really tempting to just go like, you know what, take out 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 strikes and a defend, and then our deck is so much thinner and we draw our better cards faster. I think I have to, man. And we're not really intending to be in super long fights. It's just kind of the way it's going right now. I think we might even go 2-2. We got a lot of defense in the deck. I don't think we need to keep any more than is necessary. Now, where is... Okay, so there's our 600 gold. By the way, you can... Because I know you're going to ask, and I think you're right to. You can do this with right-click. Very useful in multiplayer. Do something like that. That's me giving a thumbs up. Perfect. The spitting image. So that's 600 gold. So we'll probably then go this way, if I had to guess. Or possibly this way. Actually, good to give yourself notes for the future, man. In that case, what do we want? I still think we want an early shop. An early shop and as little combat as possible. Let's see, because sometimes, I mean, this is Ascension PTSD, but sometimes the second act can be a real step up when you're not expecting it. Okay, 9 damage. We definitely get a strength. I'm the type of beast who doesn't even want to take 1 damage if I can avoid it. I mean, there's a reason that there's relics that heal you for 1 or 2 after combat, right? At some point, you're going to need after image out there. So I think we'd rather have it. And we kind of screwed up the amount of strength we could have gained that turn, but that still seems really good to me. We're 2 strength up. Oh, you've tunneled. 23 damage. That's a little obscene, I would say. That's helpful. What's your thing? Block is not removed at the oh, but you're stunned if all of the block is removed. Okay, well, I mean, we have like a really serious turn. I think we're definitely going to stun you. And what's worse for you is that we're going to gain a bunch of strength off of it. Wait, maybe we're awesome. Maybe I've been doubting our... You know what this is? This is classic sort of... has to be that. It's classic roguelike behavior. When the game comes out, you haven't built up bad habits yet that make you play too fast. You actually think things through, and then you're like, whoa, I'm good at this game that just came out. And then you get overconfident. You start making decisions based exclusively on instinct, and then you start to go like, whoa, this is the hardest game ever made. So obviously we can get better shivs, but I feel like we don't need better shivs as much as because of Shuriken. We do need to play 12 attacks for like for this to start outpacing this, but this does work on every attack, and also this does give us I think you just take that. I know it seems crazy to not take it in a shiv deck, but I'm a believer, bro. I also don't think Infinite Blades is that necessary for us. And take it from me, I've played a few Shiv decks in my day. I beat Ascension 20 with a Shiv deck. And that was how I found out that people don't like Shiv decks. At least for Ascension. So you need you're going to say remove the map. You need the map in order to get the gold. I know that you're going to say no you don't because you can see it on the map. You need the map in your deck to get the gold. I was told explicitly you need the map in it to get the gold. The question is, do we... I mean, it is half price. It will help. I mean, it does give us a shiv's worth of damage every turn on top of the strength enabling. I'm willing to do it. We're going to have lots of gold to be able to remove stuff. So I think you just cut another strike. This is going to be, I would say this is like certified first real thin deck that I've done. Flash of Steel removed or randomize, we randomize. Strike is removed, we accept the strike. That it has to happen. It's good for one, but also it has to happen. Okay, if we put up 15 block, you get stunned. Let's set ourselves up. You have to play your setup cards. And then we just go in on you. We can get to 15 block. We can get to 15 block easily. You're cooked, lad. Yeah, I'm starting to think that this might be alright. And then if we upgrade the power, it becomes innate. It would be just one... Oh, I forgot. Because this gives us 3, we get there. Okay. Just one adrenaline, like one card that gives us some extra energy would be so awesome to have just in case we need more energy on our first turn. Especially to get, like, the calculus right for like, boss fights and stuff like that. Because we want to start scaling as soon as possible. But it is what it is. This is literally the first health potion I've seen in this game. And I'm not trolling you. 7 block, draw 2 is really hard for a guy like me not to take. And we know we want to get there. We want to avoid combat, I think, even though we're kind of mogging the combat. I'll take 1... Oh, but this does give us 100 gold. Am I crazy? Like, this is insane. But give me 3 foul potions, we'll be able to buy the shop out, man. What do you got? Enchant an attack with Corrupted, or choose a card to transform. 50% more damage, lose 2 HP, not good for a guy like me. Do me a favor and transform a Defend into Grand Finale. Grand Finale is, that's a dead card, in my opinion. But you know what? We'll be able to remove it pretty quick. Well, we'll be able to remove it at some point. What do we upgrade? I think it's still... I mean, this is Shiv Plus. I'm honestly a huge believer in these Cloak and Daggers, man. You're going to give us a Relic and 600 gold. Regal Pillow may or may not be relevant at all. And then... I mean, we have to go to the shop. We basically have 1,000 gold. I know we've done nothing this floor. I would like you to be innate. You know what? After Image is probably more important. We basically fought nothing this floor, but I think we can do it, man. I cannot give you Shuriken, but I can absolutely give you 100. Would I rather give you 100? I would rather give you 100 gold. That's 100 gold. They're both 100 gold. I'll give you 100 gold, and you've given me Happy Flower. Happy Flower's an energy relic. How could I be mad? Oh, another shop. Okay. Do I like this shop? I don't really like this shop. What I do like is we get an extra chance to remove. Did it remove it removed the map for us, bro. That's awesome. I would pay to remove Grand Finale. I'm just not built for that lifestyle. So it being out of the deck is a win for us, I think. I would also throw my foul potions at you. And then, I mean, Gold Axe, we will be playing a reasonable amount of cards, man. But it doesn't really help our win condition, but like... Within a couple of... I think this gets pretty good. Now, do we want to upgrade 2 attacks? Do we even have attacks that can be upgraded? It's literally going to upgrade Strike and Gold Axe. I'll be honest with you, that's good enough for me. Gold Axe gets Retain. Actually good in case we draw it early. The rest of these, I don't think super relevant. I don't know if we need more powers. Let's save some gold because we literally have a second shop. And I would use it right away. I mean, we got 400 gold, man. Another Cloak and Dagger. Gain 52 block if you take unblocked combat damage die. It's a little much for a guy like me. 10 skills equals 7 block. Cards in your... Oh, you may choose any number of... Oh, but we don't need it. We don't need it. All we've been doing is upgrading. So I do think another Cloak and Dagger is good. And then I do think it's probably okay to just cut a Defend. And I mean, the deck is getting... It's getting mighty interesting, let's put it that way. I don't know if we need... Oh, is it time to add an accuracy? At this point, let's do it, man. And then you know what? We don't know what kind of boss we're gonna face. Let's fill up our potions and just be ready. You know, a failure to plan is a plan to fail. These guys can take a maximum of 9 damage per turn. That's a not great Bob type situation. But let's see how we're doing. After image, escape plan. Weaken. It probably takes 3 off of anybody. So let's weaken the strongest one for now. It took 2 off of you. It would have taken 3 off of you. And we should farm up strength, obviously. We need to get to 12 block. That's not even going to be like in the realm of... Oh, no. They can only take 9 damage per hit, not per turn. My mistake, bro. So we are going to discard you. That being said, I do appreciate what you're going to do for me eventually. Right now, I don't really see it, but eventually you're going to be awesome. Considering we use 0 potions, that seems like an awesome first turn. I also need to Memento Mori myself because this is still Ascension 0. Truth be told, I think you go all in. You're going to play 2 of these, that's 16 block already, and you've got After Image, so really all you need to do is play both Cloak and Dagger. And then, I mean, you can only take 9 damage per hit, but that's enough for a guy like me. By the way, if you're a Slay the Spire head, can I ask you something? I thought there was like some scuttlebutt that possibly a thin deck is insanely overrated. It's like not a noob trap, but an intermediate trap to think that a thin deck is always better because we are getting enemies that add curses to our deck. I mean, our own relics are adding curses to our deck. That being said, it does feel awesome. I think I can't not take an upgraded Blade Dance. Because the more cards we play, the better off we are now, too. I thought maybe it'd be 2 shivs. I know it sounds crazy, man, but the Cloak and Dagger at 8 block is just too high value not to play. Okay, we fought this guy in the last video. I don't need to explain this guy, right? Or maybe 2 videos ago. Either way, the one you have your back turned to will do more damage. I think that it's not imperative that we play accuracy on turn 1. We could play it with an energy potion, but I don't think it's actually necessary to play. I guess this was a much better, like, Storm of Steel situation, but... Okay. I mean, so far so good, bro. As long as you got After Image out there, we're chilling. And we're 2 strength up already. Now we want to face the other direction. So we turn around this way. We have extra energy this turn, which is important to know. That would make this a really good turn on which to play Infinite Blades, if we can find it within our heart to do so. So there is 24 damage coming out. I think the play is pretty simple, man. You would just Infinite Blades and then dodge and roll. We got Leg Sweep for a big burst turn if we need it, but like for now I'm feeling pretty awesome, man. Okay, 18 damage coming in. Gold Axe has already gotten really good. But obviously, like, the longer that this goes on for, the better it's going to get. But I mean, I feel like you've got to play it. The only question is, do you hit this guy with it because you know no, because then you're going to be facing the opposite direction. And you do... Oh, when an ally dies, it's actually good to kill them both quickly. That's right. So it's better to just deal the damage as it comes in, I think. Even though you're like 30 below, we got stronger, and then, and we have Stone Calendar to maybe do some burst damage to finish the job, man. So you're steamed up. There's no doubt about that. That being said, I'm not 100% sure that it's even going to matter. Now we can definitely afford to play accuracy. And this is a perfect turn for an attack potion because we don't have one more attack. What would we want to see the most? I mean, Assassinate so it doesn't screw up our vibes for the future is pretty solid. And then, look at that. We are going to take a little hit, but it's very minor, I think. Considering that you were charging up for that. Now you've gone to sleep. That, by the way, that's a good example of why you should potion first. Because the vulnerability would have made a huge difference there, but so be it. Now, I'll tell you, 14 damage is borderline insulting to me that at this point in our working relationship, you would come to me with that pithy amount of damage and think that I would be concerned about it at all. And now the only thing I'm concerned about is the idea that you guys are going to not die in rapid succession. So I think what we're going to do is hit you, and then go back to you, because next turn we're going to start hitting you again. And you're both in Stone Calendar range now, for sure. $21 damage. It's like literally a joke. What do you get? You get 99 block, too? 99 block. So it would be better to not kill any this turn if we can avoid it. It's surprisingly not easy, if I may. We still want to face you. We'd still like to gain strength if possible. 8 damage. Why are you? Because of Piercing Wail. Piercing Wail, you're backstabbing me. You're doing nothing. Okay. I mean, I could kill you, but then you would... Maybe it literally doesn't matter. We kill you, see how much damage you're doing. It's 4, which is nothing. And then we really don't care what your block is, because next turn you're lethal by Stone Calendar or our attacks anyway. Like... Now, I'd prefer to do it by the attacks, just because it's a little bit more swag that way. Epoch discovered, bro. Nothing wrong with that. One second, I got a quick Discord message here. Let me take a look. I'm going to say, yippee! I need like 20, but you can start whenever. Gain 1 buffer. I don't think we're going to need it, but it's nice. Double your block this turn. If lethal, gain an additional card reward. Deal 10 damage to all enemies. Repeat this effect for every enemy killed. It would be nice to have some form of AoE, but if I'm being honest, man, I think we just don't need it. I mean, adding a star-studded free agent could be awesome, or it could ruin your team chemistry. I don't want to ruin our team chemistry. A little thief has snuck into my domain. Add an Apotheosis to your deck. Mark 7 random combats. Enemies in those rooms have 1 HP. I mean, 1 HP enemies basically turns this into a speed run, which is actually good to have 1 HP enemies because we get double gold, which might incentivize us to have like one really awesome shop where we can buy something that actually helps us instead of just ignoring a bunch of stuff that isn't that useful. Apotheosis doesn't seem relevant, bro, because like half of our deck is upgraded anyway, and we never play 2 or fewer cards. So you know what? Go ahead and mark 7 1 HP enemies. There's a 1 HP elite. So I do think, I mean, yeah, I think we do want to take the path with the 1 HP elite. I love the new like boss rewards, man. Instead of just, I mean, if you're me, taking an energy relic every single time. And then getting yelled at for it. This is a pass, which is fine. It would be so awesome if we got a relic that gave us a reward for passing. Now, we do have to deal with some enemies. But that's life, man. Well, you're doing a lot of damage to a guy who, if I may, a guy who doesn't have a piercing wail. And you give 25 block to him every turn. So you're doing 21 damage. This is 8 block, this is 8 block plus 2 attack. Well, not 2 attack, but 2 attacks. And that's, oh my god, it's so amazing to see that we don't even need the potion to fill up the difference, bro. Can I praise myself a little bit on this one? I think we did a really good job on this run. I think we made good decisions on the first act, which have snowballed into a run that's been a lot of fun so far, if I may. You do 19 damage. How much? You got 21 damage coming out. Literally anything we play will mean we don't take damage, so let's add a shiv every turn. I do think it would be nice to have some burst. I'm trying to think of like what kind of boss like, destroys us. And I don't really have an answer. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a boss that destroys us. I mean, something that kills us before we can scale our strength is a little spicy. I mean, you've seen how I've played so far, bro. I really don't think we need accuracy. We don't even play it half the time. It's like a nice to have, not a need to have. You're gonna summon minions. I guess that's how we lose. If there's an AO, or how we could lose, I should say. If there's an AOE type boss, and I don't know that there can be, but if there is an AOE type boss, like a Dono Deca or something like that, we might find ourselves in a little bit of trouble. But I mean, we have a buffer potion too, which is, like, I mean, short of healing, like maybe the best potion that I've seen in the game. Maybe even better than healing, because it can block more than... It can block infinite damage itself. It's the worst turn of all time, but that's okay. Oh my god, you're doing 13 damage. Stop that. I don't know why I thought you were doing 0. Let's take our energy potion. I'm like, careful. Yeah, there was no need that... There was a need. If you wanted to play 2 cards, there was a need. But really, the only thing that makes sense here is this, discarding that, and then playing this. And we're taking 2 damage. I can live with taking 2 damage. I honestly think it's the first time in the whole run so far where we've kind of gotten bricked by our draw. Now, there's a lot of enemies on the screen, but I don't think it's going to be that hard to do 123 damage to you. But it's getting a little hot. That's nice. I mean, we could pretty easily wipe out 16 damage. And I don't know if I'm killing these guys in the right order. It just seems like that makes sense. In fact, I think I was doing this all wrong, just focusing on anybody but the minions. I think on this one, you definitely just focus on the minions with this deck, and then, like... I think it's pretty clear that I maybe made this fight more difficult than it had to be. Because now, we got a gold axe that does 31 damage. It's up there with a bludgeon. Now, you'd want a bludgeon on Act 3 to probably be doing more than, you know, 42 damage or whatever the upgraded version does, but... I don't think we want a Storm of Steel. I think we'll just hit you really hard. What a great... Can we talk about this now that the run is kind of... It looks like it's going towards its nadir. They really did a great job with Slay the Spire too, man. For a game with such high expectations to come out and be overwhelmingly positive on Steam, and everyone seems to be pretty happy with it, is like... That's awesome. Finisher is pretty good for what we're trying to do with this deck, I think. Add a curse to your deck, or enchant a card that exhausts with Soul's Power. This card loses exhaust. This is how good this deck is. Oh, you know what? I didn't realize that the new Blade Dances have exhaust, man. That actually is kind of... It's kind of bad. Or whenever you exhaust a card, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. I mean, we have enough money to deal with curses, but to not have to deal with a curse and just get, like, maybe 5 to 10 extra damage per turn seems pretty sweet. Also, to not have to deal with these guys seems pretty awesome. I didn't realize, yeah, I was wondering, I guess, like, Blade Dance basically never showed up. Oh, these guys come back multiple... Oh, they come back with full HP! Alright, it turns out we're actually going to have to play the game here. Which obviously is devastating for a guy like me. Finisher is 28 damage. Cloak and Dagger does give us 10 damage and 1 extra strength permanently. Not to mention we get to exhaust. I'm never going to take Forgotten Soul into account, but... So these guys countered the relic that we got. Which I'm inclined to say seems unfair. Because it hurts me and I'm a little biased. Things that hurt me, I tend not to... Well, it depends, I guess, how they hurt me. I gotta... Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater on that one. Okay, so you are going to come back. I do feel like we still just focus on you to finally eliminate you, though. And this does 20 damage, but we could have it do 20 damage next turn, too, bro. One more shiv would have made all the difference there. And again, if somehow you've skipped 45 minutes into the video to see how many times I've lost, this is our 17th run. And I don't think this one's going to make it. But what I said at the start of the video, that you so rudely either 15 seconds ahead skipped, or alternatively said, well, I'll just watch that on 4X while playing Counter-Strike and retain everything. No, you won't, bro. No, you won't. Also, please tell me just one of these is going to... Oh, none of these exhaust... It doesn't matter, because we just knock you out. Could have killed you as well, but you're going to die to the next exhausted card. This is my endorsement to give the multiplayer a try. As long as you can get some people on Discord. I don't know, like, playing with randoms online might be a little bit frustrating. But if you're playing with some friends, especially some friends who are, like, not afraid to do a little bit of mathematics, like... It could be the move. Could be the move. I'm, as you know, if you've watched anything I've done for any length of time, I'm wary of like modes that get added just to add a mode. Like a lot of games add Twitch integration. Does add a shiv, man. Why not? A lot of games add Twitch integration. And usually, there's a couple of exceptions, I'll admit, but usually the Twitch integration is like kind of nice for like half an hour, and then you're like, I just want to go back to playing the normal game. The multiplayer in this is worth giving a try, for sure. Give me the 2 extra damage on all shivs, man. The block is something. I was going to say, do we even have a shop that we can... No, like this will be, it is a free elite. I can't dispute that it's a free elite, but I think the shop might have been more effective for us, but it's really hard to say no to a free elite. But at the shop, we could have bought a relic of our choice instead of getting one for free. Pen nib is not super relevant, but it's not necessarily irrelevant. I'm gonna keep our deck semi-thin. And you know what? You should be happy we took this path because it artificially extends the length of the video a little bit. No more question marks, though. It means no more cool events. Just means fighting. And none of these enemies have 0 HP, right? So we're going to have to actually play the game. Which is not a bummer. But sometimes it is nice to feel powerful and just kind of go all in. This is like... I don't want to say it's retribution, but this is... Whoa, I like the footwork, bro. This is nice for a guy like me who played the Silent on stream and got bodied. But I'll say something controversial, but also brave. We kill you, there's going to be 18 damage on the field. We're literally fine to play this. We don't even have to think about it, which is that's the kind of math I like these days. Do we take a chance? I think we take a chance that you're going to get hit by 2 exhausts. And then we don't have to spend an energy to kill you. We have to spend... Or I guess you could have spent the shiv. And we had one... Yeah. Whatever, man. Anyway, long story short. I have a theory. You could find someone in my chat much better than me at Slay the Spire. That's not the theory. That's essentially demonstrable fact. But... the streamer... will always be... A run of Slay the Spire is always going to be most likely to succeed. This is actually huge for us. Past a certain level of skill, if one person is making all the decisions. Because I think that I was letting myself get a little influenced by chat, and their decisions were probably good. They were saying like, oh, this card looks awesome, this card looks awesome. The problem is, you take a few too many cool cards, and all of a sudden your deck isn't actually like focused on doing... one thing. Also, this guy needs to go, otherwise all of our cards get exhausted. I remember that from the multiplayer. Sorry. You just... I mean, I know I'm playing a little quick here, but you get the idea. He's got to go next turn. It's always better to have one person making the decision. That's why they say too many cooks spoils the broth, you know? Better to have a 7 out of 10 soup than, 4 10 out of 10 chefs that can't decide what goes in the mirepoix. Which, to be fair, doesn't really make any sense, because I'm pretty sure a mirepoix should be the same... ingredients every single time. But if you'll forgive the mixed metaphor, I thought I did all right. I did what I could. Now, I don't know if Spectral Knight is going to die. They're definitely not going to die. we're definitely not going to take damage. But all of our cards became ethereal because he makes your cards ethereal while he's alive. And then this guy removes your upgrades while he's alive, which is also really annoying. But either way, I'd really like... Can I play 3 attacks and then a shiv on you? I think I can. We don't really have to worry about that because he's getting torched anyway. We do... I was going to say we have to worry about taking a little bit of damage, but that's actually, like, far from true. Now, I actually don't know what your debuff is. Maybe you don't have a debuff. Maybe you just get stronger every turn. Sometimes the most devilish debuffs of all are the most basic, man. An enemy that just hits you really hard can be mighty tough to deal with. Okay, so let's kill you. Then we get our... I thought we would get our upgrades back immediately. Maybe it's only on draw. 2 powers. Seems to be the play, man. 2 powers. Austin Powers duology would have been awesome, honestly. Would have saved us from gold member. Which people sometimes will say something like, why do you hate gold member? It's just, I don't hate it, I just don't think it's very good. I got a lot of love for the first 2 movies, especially the first one, but... Don't try to bait me, man. I'm going to take the fish oil away. I think the vulnerable is going to be better. We don't discard. I mean, I guess we do discard via Storm of Steel, but we really, as of right now, have not needed the block. Now, this is another devilish fight. If these guys do unblocked damage to you, you lose max HP. You lose 2 max HP per attack, and some of them hit more than once. So, you've got to die. We do have a block potion. And we have lots of cards that play lots of cards. Let me put it this way. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but I'd rather know it's not going to be a problem. All right, that simplifies the system a little bit for us. That being said, do I want to... Oh, wait, I did neutralize you. Then we don't have to worry about it at all. I'm sorry, guys, can I say I'm sorry? I'm sorry that I'm so darn good at Slay the Spire 2 that I made this run look trivial. Because now you're going to go out and get the game and you're going to be like, what? I thought this was easy. I watched a streamer play it and I thought it was easy. It's not your fault, man. It's not. How could you know? How could you know you were watching the best? Well, I would think that you would be able to know by now, but always surprised. Always surprised, even in my old age. Let's make sure you're done. Maybe especially more in my old age. All the kids are saying, when I was a kid, everyone was laughing at 6'9". Nowadays, everyone's laughing about 6'7". I don't even know how you would do that, to be honest. The original made a lot of sense to me. The new one, it's very unfamiliar. I don't know the kinematics. I'd have to think about it. I'd have to think about it long and hard after the video ends. Let's put it that way. You're done, lad. I know at some point we should probably use a potion as well, but I mean, I feel like my potion setup is pretty good for a boss. I think that you can't go wrong adding an exhausting blade dance to your deck. I know they thought they nerfed it. You know what? That's really good. Free Shadow Step. They thought they nerfed it, but it's not a nerf to a beast like me. To add an exhausted card to your deck. Okay, so I know this guy. The way that this guy works, and also I love the dev art, but the way that, and I hope maybe there'll be a toggle at some point to keep it in the game, but he's a door. You kill the door, it becomes the door maker. The door maker tries to run away. When he runs away, he makes another door. And then you kill that door, he comes back, but he's stronger. So at some point, you have to kill an upgraded door maker before he leaves. We have a double damage here. At least that's how I understand it as of right now. But we were 3 hours into a multiplayer game when we faced this guy. And we had the kinds of decks where we were like, occasionally like, oh, we can't kill him. And then someone would play an attack that did like 200 damage 2 times. So we're kind of, I mean, it's the blind leading the blind. Let's put it that way. But I know what we play against the door, bro. And I know that we're gaining an awful lot of strength off of this. You're doing 30 damage. I can already kill you, but if I may, it makes more sense to kill you next turn, because then we'll get a free turn to go in on the door maker, I think. And if that's the case, it may actually make sense to stall for even one more turn with a big retain. If we could put up... Well, I'm going to do something crazy, okay? I mean, we could obviously get to work on this turn. This is... You know what? This turn is too good to not use. I know what I must do. Start with Blade Dance. Kill him. He comes back. He's stunned for a turn. Apply vulnerability and then go in. And we could still work him over real good on the next turn. Next turn we do double damage and he's vulnerable. What, you again? That was one time, bro. Shivs, please. Shivs, no soot. Shivs. Infinite blades. This is actually like a horrible payoff for what we were trying to do. But no need to use a buffer yet. Definitely want this. I mean, I guess we do care about a finisher. We definitely do care about doing like 129 damage, because that was like the whole reason we played Shadow Step. You still may die before you can escape. Oh, he's leaving this turn. The good news is we get stronger. Even like the more he leaves, still the stronger we get. I don't even care about Piercing Whale. I just want to hit him as hard as I can. We got really close, man. You know what? Now he becomes a door. I'm not even sweating the door. Maybe I should be sweating the door a little bit. Wouldn't this be like a catastrophe, man? After all the smack we've talked? I mean, I would prefer to take no damage. That's a given. We got double damage next turn. But how are we going to kill the door maker, man? It would be nice to kill this thing this turn so we get 52 bonus damage next turn. That's for sure. Well, you know what? I know how we're going to kill him. A gold axe that does double damage. Maybe even on this turn, hopefully. Oh, we only have... Oh no, we have a shiv. He comes back with 30 HP, buddy. You're done. You never stood a chance, and I was scared. You had the audacity to make me scared when you never stood a chance. How much damage have we done to this guy now? Like 5 billion? Holy cow, I'm lighting him up, bro. It was 2 billion on Friday. 6 billion! Holy cow. That means everybody on Earth has bought this and done 1 damage. That's insane. It's the best-selling game in human history by 20 orders of magnitude. What do we got? Oh, discard relics. Oh, and also Paper Crane, which is probably awesome if you're good at the game. What did we get here? Poison-related cards. Okay. And then here, I love Shiv-related cards, as you saw. Oh, these are potions. I got really excited that these were relics. They're potions. Potions are good too. And we unlocked Ascensions. And then finally, who knows, bro? New relics. Ice cream. Ice cream. That was a really good one. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, please click the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I'll be making as many as I can. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Later.